Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, nerds and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
We got brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. We got a big one, guys. We got me, we got Bill Dawes, the black belt, the brown belt, the actor, the comedian, Broadway star. People don't realize that you're a Broadway star. Helped me in my audition yesterday. And even the little things you told me, man, like the diving out of the way and like the coming into the scene, like those are things that sometimes acting coaches don't tell you. And it made such a difference when I watched it back. And then the director hit me up and was like, "Great job." He goes, "I don't know how much." He goes, I don't know how much play I have with the casting, but I'll put in my 2 cents. Okay. So I mean, that's all I can ask for, right?
Yeah, and I think with acting, like you never know how you come across or how you look or how things look when you're in it. You know what I mean? So I think it always helps to have someone go, "Hey, this from the outside in, this is more effective," you know?
Dude, so I wanted to thank you on that one. And we were talking about before the camera went on about like this comedian was giving his 2 cents, and now he's being attacked by other people. And I think like, look, I'll always back comedians. I'll always back comedians. I mean, unless they're like Bill Cosby or even with the Crystal Leah thing with the fucking, allegedly hooking up with the younger girl. I'm not gonna back that. Sorry. But when it comes to like, knowing how, like when I see comics get ripped off by other comics, I'm always like, that's fucked up. Come on, we're comics. We know how hard this is. But sometimes it's okay to just not know the answer. Like sometimes comedians, we just feel like we're just gonna give our opinion on everything. And it's like, and I was telling you, like my wife will ask me sometimes like, "Hey, what do you think I should do with this?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't want to give you the wrong info. My sister, my tooth hurts. Should I get it pulled or not? I'm like, am I a dentist? Like, I have no idea. I didn't go to dental school. And then people get mad at me, and I'm like, no, I don't know the answer. It's like you ever like stop for directions, and you're like, "Hey man, how do I get to blah 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 blah?" And somebody gives you the wrong fucking directions. Like now you have to like get back to where you were once lost. It's okay to just be like, "Hey man, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I don't know." I don't know.
Now, as a dad, though, does your daughter ever ask you something you were like, "I don't know"?
All the time. I mean, sometimes like I'm reading her books, and I'm like, she's getting the questions right, and I'm not. It's like, which one's bigger? Well, it depends how you look at. I'm like 100%. She'll be like, "Daddy, why? Why is this happening? Why do?" But she'll be like, "Why does mommy have to work? Because we have to pay for things." Or why does daddy have to work? Because we have to pay for things. Why? Because things cost money. Why? I don't even know why, to be honest. It probably costs 8 cents to make in fucking China because someone's getting rich off our and
so space can fly to the moon.
Yeah, and this fucking slave labor going on. Yeah, 100%. So anyway, so I'm in Reno, and I'm working with this comedian, really, really funny comic. Normally a headliner, the guy. It's always hard when they give you a headliner to features. I mean, I look at it as a challenge. I used to get nervous of like, fuck, what if I can't? But now I'm like, all right, let's do this. Like, because the show's going to get better, There was one guy I worked with who was a feature who his whole thing was crowd work because he was a warm-up comedian, and he went to every single table and said, "What do you do? Where are you from? What do you?" And that was fucking annoying because I got up there and I couldn't do one. I didn't want to ask one. Every table was already taken care of.
Or you have to like play off what they've already been talking about and what the crowd work are. If you missed it and then you ask them, you know what I mean? You have to watch this entire set every fucking show, which is so goddamn annoying.
It's the worst, But this guy, so at the end, he's like selling a book. He's like, at like the end, he's selling a book, and he's also selling T-shirts, and I'm selling T-shirts. And my shirts say "Don't smoke pot." What?
I thought your feature was Nikki Paris.
No, he's the host.
Oh, okay, got it.
So this guy's selling a book, and he's a strong guy and a nice guy. We're hanging out. And I'm not bad-mouthing the guy, but the guy beat cancer, right? So his book's all about beating cancer, and like his T-shirts are all about beating cancer. Like, I mean,
what are you going to sell? What are you going to sell? He gives a donation to a cancer society.
Yeah, and I'm selling like "Don't smoke pot and drive; it'll ruin your high," and a shirt that says "Putting out the first night does not make you a slut; it makes you a team player." Like he's selling like positive, funny shirts, and I'm like the asshole now. So I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna tell the crowd tomorrow that I had AIDS, and then I'm gonna take your book and just put like a paper over it and tell it's my book, and like, because this book is like how I beat cancer, drank whiskey, and told jokes. So I was like, how I beat AIDS, smoked weed, but like it's now I'm the bad guy at the table now. You know,
would you say something? Just say like, you know, he goes at the end of your set to say the feature was good. Does he watch your show every night?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Okay. I was going to say, you could say something like, you know, I heard he keeps a Jew in his basement. Just to try to like, you know, undermine him a little bit.
No, he would laugh at that. Because I told him, I go, bro, I'm going to tell everyone that I got AIDS. And he was like dying laughing. But we also have a lot more stuff to talk about as far as like, I wrote down a whole bunch of shit I want to tell you about like our worst jobs, our best jobs. But first, we got a guy named Trevin Jones. And this dude right here, you watch his fights, Bill?
Yeah, man.
Holy shit. This guy, first of all, he's from Guam. Well, he grew up in New Orleans, but his family's from Guam. Is he here? How much Botox? You're Bill. I can kind of hear him. There he is. Hello, Trevin Jones. Hello. I guess here we go. I could kind of see him. Trevin, how are you, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. First of all,
I'm great.
I want to say your 2 fights in the UFC were amazing. They were like Rocky fights. You know how you watch Rocky and you're like, man, that would never happen in a fight. Like, there's no way that would happen. Dude, your first fight against the Russian guy, Valiev, right? This dude, no disrespect, was killing you in the first round. I mean, they were almost stopping it. Timur. He was teeing off. He was leading with elbows. I never saw a guy just throw punches with elbows. Not like one elbow, just elbow. I was like, oh my God. And then you came back in the second and just knocked the shit out of him with a uppercut, jab, hook thing. Am I right, Trevin? Is that what happened? Are you still here? All right. Well, that was Trevin Jones. People.
God damn it, that Guam Wi-Fi is terrible.
Yeah, that was Trevin Jones. What a great interview. Trevin, how are you here?
Yeah. Let's try my data.
Try your data. Okay.
Is that better?
No, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make a black joke, but you're very black right now. Okay. So here we go. So it was just like a black screen.
Is it better?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, that was – now, in that first round, how did you take those fucking punches and elbows? How did you do it?
Only thing that hurt me was the push kick to the stomach. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments. I did a lot of training where training, you never get to stop fighting. Like training, you get tapped out, you get rocked a little bit. Your partner maybe ease off a little bit, and you got to keep going. Coach forces you to finish the rounds. So it was just like that. In order for me to continue to fight, I just had to protect myself and let him get off some more shots as long as I continue to protect my body. Everything else wasn't really bothering me. The other shots, I just didn't want him to get into the body again. You know, my body was very weak. I cut so much weight on 2 days' notice. It was tremendously hard to make the weight on 2 days' notice, but I did it. And, yeah, it was smart on his part and his coaches by knowing that the body will be weak when you're making that big of a cut on 2 days. So he got me with a nice push kick to the stomach, and yeah, I kind of got in there, and I just had to protect my body. Once I protect my body and I got to breathe, I knew I was going to come out and fight again, man. I trained very hard, and I'm there to fight, man. I'm not there to quit. And, you know, the game plan going into that fight was honestly, like, when we watched Timur, he was very fast, and we knew he was fast, so we wanted to get him to get his energy down to mine, and by him landing that push kick to the stomach, that's exactly what he did. He tried to go for the finish. He didn't get the finish, and coming out to the second round, his energy was just as low as mine by me taking the late fight, and that's when it was fair game.
How much weight did you cut in 2 days?
16 pounds in 48 hours, in 36 hours.
Wow. Now, I mean, what about the elbows he was throwing at you? That didn't hurt at all? The elbows to your head?
No, I'm in the zone, man. I didn't feel any of that. I was in the zone. I was just protecting my body. As I go back and watch it, I see he had some good shots, but as I was in there, no, they didn't do anything. They didn't hurt me at all.
So, Trevin, when you had that, you got that kick to the stomach. He set that up with a couple question mark kicks, right? And then he and knocked your wind out, right? It felt like the ref was going to come in and break it up, and Timur actually stepped back. Do you feel like you kind of got a little lucky there because he thought he had the
Absolutely
finish?
Not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even a question. Got lucky as part of the game. No, I was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I've trained with some people that's under the same management as Timur, so he knew my jiu-jitsu was good. That's why he didn't want to come in there. That's why he didn't go for any takedowns on me like he did his other fight. And that's what the fight game's about. You think and you overthink things and you don't go for things that you should go for. And that's part of the fight game. He did not want to come into my jiu-jitsu. He probably wanted me to stand back up, or he wanted to fight the ref to stop the fight. But when I dropped him, did you see me?
No.
Not go into his guard.
By the way, that was Bill's question.
Did you see me? Did you see me stay back from him once I dropped him to the floor? Absolutely not. It's part of the game to go in and finish the fight. You're not gonna rely on the ref to stop it and say, "Oh, the ref should have stopped it." Obviously, the ref shouldn't have stopped it because he's the one that got finished and not me. So the ref did the right job. Yes, he should have hopped in. He should have came in. He should have threw punches. My friend always tells me sometimes you got to make the ref scared. He says sometimes the guy might not even be hurt, but you have to scare the ref to think you're about to kill him. And he did not do that. And I did. And that's what happened.
It's good. So it's a good point. Good point. Now, afterwards, they took the win away from you because you tested positive for weed. What a bunch of bullshit. And you take a fight on 2 days' notice. Okay, so maybe you smoke some. You're from Guam. Weed's illegal. And now that weed's legal, are they going to take away them taking away? Like, are they going to give you the win back?
They should, or they shouldn't even bring it up or say nothing about it anymore. They should consider it as a straight win. First of all, I declared it before I took the fight. When I got the call, I already declared that I smoked weed that morning. And they're like, "Oh, it's okay as long as you declare it." I'm thinking it's like when you declare something, it's like you're clear. Like, I could see if it was a pure illegal substance, then declaring it will not help. But if I go to the airport and I'm flying from a state that has weed to another state that has legal weed, and I have it in my bag on accident and they find it, or I declare it and I give it to them, they let me fly because I was an honest person and I was declared. It was turned in. I thought it was just like that. I declared it honestly. I fought. I won the fight. And after the fight ended, they're telling me there was no way I could win because I test positive for weed. That don't make no sense. So, yeah, they hustled me a bit on that. I got paid my full money and everything. That's the only reason why I'm not yapping about it too much is I got all the rewards from the UFC side. The only thing that I got was the win taken away. So that's the only penalty that I got was the win taken away. So at the end of the day, I don't want to keep crying about it. I feel the whole world knows I won the fight. It was late notice. Yeah. You can't have a fight failed for marijuana and then 3 months later everyone in the whole thing can win while smoking marijuana. Like, that just don't make no sense. You know, it was a real win. And yeah, man, I'm trying to not forget about it. I still want my win back, but I'm not tripping on it. I'm not going to keep complaining about a guy that I knocked out on 36 hours notice, who the whole world thought was going to beat me, who totally underestimated me and didn't see anything.
And then your next fight, you're also the underdog.
So
fucking respect, man. No respect.
Yeah, at all.
Fights, he'll get there. You know what I mean?
But first of all, they keep putting him first. He's always first on the undercard. Like, he's always first. And then I'm
the show starter. They know who starts the show off right. The second fight, it wasn't like, oh, we want to put Trevin first. It was like, oh, this guy's tough. He's gonna put on a show. I get everyone tuned in. Like, some of those people that fight the first fight, people don't be tuned in as much. When I'm fighting that first fight, people are tuned in. Then the whole card grows because the first fight already had thousands, and the second card has more thousands, and the third fight has more thousands, so I'm the show starter. That's what I call myself. If they want to put me at the beginning, no problem. I get in and out of there quicker, and I go have fun and eat some food quicker, so it's perfect.
Yeah. So Trevin, I have a couple questions. First of all, you said at 145, most of the fighters aren't known for power, but you're different. Do you feel
35, yes.
Do you feel like you hit a lot harder than everyone else in your division? Is that what you feel when you're in there?
I feel there are probably some longer guys that might hit hard, but I think naturally I do a lot of power work with a lot of people, and all my men holders always tell me I don't lose my power. Whether I'm getting tired or not, I don't lose my power. Yes, the volume can be low and very picky because I'm very smart, and I think that's part of why I don't lose my power. I don't throw shots that are unnecessary. So, like Tamir, he's throwing all this stuff. How much did he throw? And he didn't put me away. Like, if I threw that much, you're going night-night. And that's just how it works, because I'm only throwing smart shots that's only to put you out. So if I threw 12 shots, all 12 shots are going to be knockout kind of shots. Some might be set-up shots, but when I do deliver that big power, they're all smart shots that's to put you away. And when I hit mental, my trainers and stuff, they tell me all the time, like, wow, you don't lose power. Even when I do my deadlifts and stuff with my trainers and stuff, they don't tell me I don't lose power. So I believe in what they say more than what I say. Yeah, I feel I do hit a lot harder because I spar a lot of bigger people all the time, and I got to hit these guys back. But I'm going off what my trainers say, and the people that train me say. They say I don't lose power, and I believe it. I don't lose power. I hit some guys pretty hard sometimes in training too, and I feel that way. Yes, I do. I really feel like I feel like more than half of them don't hit hard as me, but I'm pretty sure there's some that hit hard as me, but I haven't ran into them yet.
No, I mean, you're obviously you're killing it. I mean, the guy, Mario Batista, you keep losing the first round. Is that on purpose to make it exciting for you?
Actually, I saw the scorecards on the Mario Batista. I won the first round.
Oh, good. I was kidding. I was making sure that you knew that. There was at the end, it was like 20 seconds left, and his corner yelled out, "He's losing the round. So
yes.
He's go crazy and do something." Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. That's just corner man strategy, trying to be slick, trying to put some cookies in a judge's ear. But the fight's the fight. They can say what they want. He said he checked some leg kicks. He did not. She said he checked all the leg kicks. He did not check one leg kick. He's like, he's checking all the leg kicks. He did not check one leg kick, bro. So, yeah, his corners feel like he feel, but we stay focused and we keep the tenacity. And no matter what they say, we're going out there to finish them off. So we still got 2 more rounds. You might get that round, but I'm still coming. I ain't going to stop coming.
Now you grew up your parents are from Guam, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Guam. I did a comedy on a military base in Guam. And let me tell you, Guam is the most beautiful water you've ever seen in your life.
Yes, everyone says it. I'm actually born in Yes, it's nice. I'm actually born in New Orleans. I'm from Louisiana. Right. And I moved to Guam about 15, 16 years ago when my mom passed away, and I stayed with one of my uncles who was in the Marines, and yeah, I've been there ever since. I was supposed to leave my senior year. I was in all kinds of sports, football, rugby, and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to make the change, so I ended up staying with one of my close family friends, and right after that, I got into MMA after I graduated high school, and I've just been there ever since. I turned pro. I turned pro really quick after 2 amateur fights, and I've been surviving and doing great off that. So here I am today.
Let's talk about that. First of all, I want to say Guam has like 12 strip clubs, by the way.
12 strip clubs.
And I've been to like every one of them. One of them's called the G Spot. And I gave a girl a lap dance there because that was my move back in the day. I would give them a lap dance, and then that way I had the power. And then I went back to her house, and then I couldn't close the deal. Nothing happened. But lots of strip clubs in Guam. Am I right? Yes, there's a strip club, and there's still a strip club called G Spot. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't waste my money like that. But when it's boys' time and someone's getting married or whatever, and they want to do their thing at a strip club, for sure I go there and have some fun. But me picking the strip club, I think I support the hustle, but it's just not my genre to go out and give hustlers my money just like that. I'm still trying to earn some money. I hear you. So you grew up. Your mom died, which I'm very sorry, and your dad had custody of you and your 3 siblings or 4 siblings.
My grandma.
Yeah, and then your grandma said, I don't want to split the kids up. So So she took all of you in. Was your dad upset about this, or was he like, thank God, I have too many kids?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad didn't want me to go because right after my mom passed away, I did go stay with my dad for about like 8 months. I went to school with my dad, and then my grandma came up with this plan, like, no, I don't like them being separate, and then she put us all back together, and yeah, I'm pretty sure any dad will be pretty upset, but, you know, it was what it was. It was all for the better. Everything working out. I'm blessed for that, and you know, we move forward. I still see all my family members now. Now I'm fortunate enough to be able to fly to any of them whenever I can. And, you know, that's that. Look at the bright side. You know, I'm looking at the bright 100%.
Side. You're doing great. By the way, Mayhem Miller just joined us, by the way. We're here with
is my microphone on this whole time?
How's it going, Mayhem?
Yes.
Oh, y'all can't verify that I was speeding right now. I'm trying to get back to the house.
What's good, Mayhem?
What's good, man? How you doing, you freaking stud monster?
So then you're living in New Orleans and Katrina hits and it wipes out your whole house.
No, I moved a couple months before Katrina. I got lucky.
Wow.
We were out a couple months before Katrina hit. My dad, everyone was still out there when that happened. Then after that, it got crazy. Like I couldn't get a hold of some family members for years. Like it was just everyone was everywhere after that. It was weird.
Hey, did you ever fight Bruce Lee in a maze of mirrors? Because that's a lot of bad luck, man. I fucking want to give you a hug through the internet right now.
So then you go to. By the way, Mayhem, we're just looking at your cauliflower right now.
Man, look at this fucking asshole with their Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Club sticker. Son of a bitch. I want to fucking ram this guy's fucking Silverado.
Thank you.
I don't know. Right? Rival gym. Like,
by the way, Jason.
Call your rival.
By the way, Jason. By the way, you're a week and a day late for the podcast. You were booked last Thursday, and you came on today.
Nothing of the sort, right? I had no text messages. It was not on iCalendar. It was not on Google Calendar. It was not on Apple Pay. It was not on Venmo.
It's more interesting for me.
It was not on.
No, you left your phone in Palm Springs. What happened, right?
Bumble.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, by the way, so let's talk to Trevin for a sec. So then you go to Guam, and you had no combat sports experience, and you just played football professionally in Guam.
I played high school football and adult league football. I played rugby in high school. I wrestled for about my freshman year. I did track and field. I did all the sports. That's me.
Now, can you make a living playing Guam adult league football?
No. It was no pay at all.
Oh, no pay at all.
We won 2 championships, but yeah, no pay at all.
They do it for love.
Yeah, just you know, like the Parks versus the Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Parks versus the Parks.
Oh, okay.
Adult league.
Got it.
Yes.
And then you go from Guam to Minnesota.
Yes, my original jiu-jitsu coach from Guam, who was a Brazilian who we got lucky with, who's super talented. He's a world champion. I had him luckily when I first started jiu-jitsu from scratch on Guam. My gym that I was training at, my gym that I got invited to, flew in a black belt when they opened back up, and that's when I first went there. And yeah, I got to train with him 2-3 times a day as a white belt, and he's already like a stud in the Robert Drysdale, like so good. So it was great, man. I got to train with him every day. So I ended up getting my blue belt in maybe like 5 months, which was crazy. I did a...
Nah, listen here. You give me a savage dude like 5 months. Same with me. I jumped in there. I had a Brazilian coach myself, and he, you know, just guided my damn, my natural propensity to grab a dude by the neck and choke him. You know what I mean? Like, sharpen that up. 6 months, blue belt. Yeah, 6 months.
Sure.
Anybody with the right mindset could be a blue belt in 6 months.
So absolutely. So yeah, absolutely, definitely. I was putting in work. I was training every day. I was training twice a day. I was training 3 times a day with this guy for 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes, and like we were consistent, like nonstop. And then I had some MMA fighters that were already at the gym. I didn't know MMA at all, and then I used to help them for like.
You're talking about Guam, bro?
Yes, you know, bro. That's the gym that I was at. So yeah, these guys, they had MMA fighters, and they're like, "Wow, you're pretty good." And then I I used to help them with the jiu-jitsu rounds or the clinch rounds. So, you know, after they do their sparring, they clinch up and then they go into the MMA with takedowns and stuff. And I'll jump in on that and then I'll do good. And they're like, whoa, we got to get you a fight. Then I flew to Japan and do my first IBJJF tournament. I think I got like third place or something. I won like 5 or 6 fights.
Trevin, this is all gi, right?
Gi. All
Yeah.
gi. I won like 5 or 6 fights, and then I got back to Guam, and they already had me. They promoted me to blue belt, and then they already had me a first amateur MMA fight set up. They're like, "You're gonna fight MMA, bro. Let's go." So I was like, "Wow, okay." And it was only like 3 weeks until the MMA fight too. I took the fight. I dominated the fight spectacularly. They gave me another fight maybe like 2-3 months later. I dominated that fight spectacularly. Then I went pro. When I went pro, I fought the number 1 ranked 135 round because I had already beat the best 2 amateurs because these were the best 2 amateurs too. So I had beat the best 2 amateurs already coming out of Guam. And then I fought the number 1 ranked 135er. Then I beat him. Then I ended up getting a title shot versus a 18-3 guy when I'm only 1-0 as a pro. So I was
you're damn right, bro. If you show out like that in an MMA match, right? You come and fuck people up. Everybody's gonna be scared. You need to fight somebody motherfucking tough.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I'm actually scared right now.
So I actually gotta post this fight up, man, because like I won this fight too. 5 rounds, we won all 5 rounds. I dominated this fight, but everyone just couldn't believe this new black kid from Guam just did all of this that fast. So they robbed.
I think it's mostly the Guam part, not the black part, that surprises people.
They just couldn't believe it. They just couldn't believe it. So, you know, I gotta post this fight up on YouTube soon because this guy was 18-3. I was 1-0 as a pro, and I was already world champion from that day on. I knew I was gonna make it here, and I set my mind. I said, "Nah, Trev, you're gonna come back for that world title." So for a long time, they flew in guys to fight me, and I'm beating all these guys, and they said they're going to give me a title shot, and then they're just hiding the champ. They're like, the champ is nowhere to be found. They're hiding the champ. So I got to go through this barrage of guys. I finally end up getting a title shot. I win the title, and then...
Well, you also fought in Russia at ACN.
Yes.
Listen here. I was going to get to that. Yeah, you've been everywhere now. Like, what the fuck, man? This guy is traveling.
Yeah, so after that, I already had fought in Philippines, I fought in Korea, I fought in Japan, I fought in Russia, I fought in Australia. Yeah, I fought everywhere already, man. I got, these UFC guys don't know I got a lot more experience than they expect, you know? A lot of these guys are regional fighters or they're only fighting in the U.S., but, you know, I've had all that pressure on my shoulders, and I'm used to being the away guy, and being the away guy is pretty tough, you know, because, like, when I fought in Asia, like, I can land a strike, kick, nice, and the guy can miss me with a kick, and they're like, oh! Like,
oh, man, I punched a girl dead in her face today.
His kick didn't even land.
Hold on. Wait, there's like a lot of things going on right now. Mayhem, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this girl, she took like the champ, too. I gave her
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You trained somebody at the gym, right?
Kick, like the technique he was talking about.
Yeah.
She threw the kick, right? I fucking got her with the right hand.
Like at the gas station? Or?
That was her fault. That was her fault. She's a fantastic martial artist.
Oh, okay.
Hit me. I think she broke my TMJ.
Now, Jason, I hear, okay, first of all, how's the fight team going? By the way, so Trevin, if you don't know, Jason recently, he's on his comeback. He's kicking ass. He's doing well. And he's coaching a fight team.
Don't oversell it. Don't oversell it. Mayhem is 40, and he's mad as fuck and wants to fight. And, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
How's your fight team doing, Jason?
Oh, what?
How's your fight
team? They're all garbage.
I mean, come on. What if they hear?
Yeah, they're fucking garbage today.
Okay. Why?
Tomorrow.
Wait, why are they garbage today? Why are they garbage today?
1% better. Tomorrow, they're going to be 1% better.
Okay. All right.
By fight day, they're going to be at least 45% better.
All right, thank you, Jason. Now I heard
one of those coaches. He tells them they're garbage to get them better. I get it.
Now, Jason,
strategy.
I hear that. I hear from the rumor mill that you are training for a fight. Is this true? Allegedly. And how's that going? How's that going?
Oh man, terrible.
Why?
I'm not who I was. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not who I was a long time ago. I have to rebuild a different Mayhem from scratch. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's like
sir.
a strange thing. It's a strange
had
thing.
7 years off, dude. If you were who you were 5
I
years
think
ago.
it's been 10 years, hasn't it? I just been sitting around in a block of ice like Wesley Snipes, blonde hair.
Okay, so I'm saying if you were who you were 7 years ago, there'd be a fucking problem. Okay, so come on, let's all right. But as far as like, but on the other hand,
a lot of personal development has.
On the other hand, you have personal development. You haven't taken any brain damage. You haven't taken many shots to the face.
I'm fresh out the freezer, baby.
You're fresh out the freezer.
Sure.
You're still a black belt in Verdum's jiu-jitsu. How's it going?
Don't forget Joe Murriera gave me second degree.
Okay.
Just because of my fucking lapel work.
How's your striking?
Oh man, this is sharp as a tack. I told you I punched a girl in the face today.
All right, enough of this. Okay, back
I
to
didn't hurt her.
All right,
She's a great sparring partner. You better look out for this girl. She's at 145. I mean, she might make 35 and just smash girls. Just smash them. Like, I just can't wait to debut her. All the rest of the guys, shut the fuck up and work.
All right, Jason.
Hey.
Trevin. Okay.
Yes.
So you're in Minnesota, and I heard you couldn't get sparring out there. That guys didn't want to. According to the announcer during one of your fights, they were saying you were having a tough time working with.
No, I was having a tough time getting fights.
Oh, okay.
I was having a tough time getting fights. No, I flew to Minnesota because my coach, original jiu-jitsu coach from Guam, he ended up taking another job in Minnesota. Drysdale had transferred him to a big gym in Minnesota, and he was getting paid super good, everything like this, getting housed, everything. He took that job, and of course, he was my coach. I went over there to train with him. They had great kickboxing. It's the Cellar in Minnesota. Good kickboxing gym. I had great sparring over there.
Good. Okay,
I had great sparring over there.
I misheard that. But now you're at Extreme Couture in Vegas.
Yeah, I go to Extreme Couture for sparring on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm at Robert Drysdale's Jiu-Jitsu every day. We have a program there also, and I go to Extreme and mix it up. I go everywhere, man. I used to go to Roy Jones Boxing Gym. I get my hands in there. Like, I go everywhere. I look for the best trainer, and I take it.
Do you still go back to the gi? Do you ever get the gi back on? Do you ever train the gi still?
I just trained in a gi last week. Before when I was doing MMA fights, I would only do MMA fights when I was doing MMA fights. I'm always in the gi. I was earning my black belt. I was always in the gi. But when I got my black belt, that's when I finally got the time. After I got my black belt, I did gi for a year. Then I say, okay, Trev, now we can do MMA seriously. Now we can focus on MMA. So my whole career when I was fighting, I was not full-time MMA. I was only doing MMA when they called me to fight. Other than that, I was doing the gi. So now I feel like a whole different fighter now. They didn't even see my jiu-jitsu yet. I didn't even have to show yet.
Yeah.
This fight, I got a guy that's going to shoot some takedowns and guaranteed he's going to shoot some takedowns. So now I get to show him.
He's from Minnesota also, this guy. He came to my show in Minnesota, right? Are you fighting John Castaneda?
No. John Castaneda was my original opponent. I'm fighting Ronnie Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Now, Jason.
Who is Ronnie Lawrence?
His brother's the head of the Cobra Kai. Now, Jason, would you recommend with the gi or no, as far as once you go pro, that kind of thing?
Well, look, there's two schools of thought of it. It does develop some strength of her clinching and holding on the guy, but it depends on your grappling style. You know, if it's more dynamic, if you're like a guy who scrambles a shit ton, the gi might teach you some bad habits. If you're athletically aware, and realize, hey, when I don't have this gi on, it's a completely different thing, and I need to use a different set of techniques, then I would say, if you don't have that ability, then I would say don't do the gi. But if you can dichotomize that, split the difference, do one side like that, one side like this, it's excellent sport to continue in through, your whole life. It's low impact in a weird way.
There was a girl in judo, a judo girl. I used to coach wrestling, and she came from judo, and she kept trying to grab the singlet. And it took like 3 months to get her to stop grabbing the back of the singlet, like when she locked up.
She was just giving boys atomic wedgies with a Bonse Onage.
So I have my little theory behind it. The gi makes my no gi better. It makes me be more tight. It makes me not play so loose, and it makes me know how to close up when I need to close up the spaces. MMA, the punches and everything you do is so explosive in the work that you do that it makes my gi better, because every time I'm going to get to gi, they're trying to hold on and they're trying to maintain. When I come out of an MMA fight like that week after MMA fight, my gi is ridiculous. I'm like flying. I'm like flying after, like they're trying to hold on and be still, but I got that grip and I got that pressure, but I'm trying to go still while they're trying to hold on. So the MMA makes my gi better and the gi makes my no gi better. Absolutely.
Now, I got to say, by the way, Trevin, after you won your last fight, your post-fight interview, I want everybody, every time I coach, because I coach middle school wrestling, I'm going to have my kids watch this, because you said all you wanted to do was buy your grandma a house.
Absolutely.
And your grandma took you and your brother and sisters in, and your goal is to buy her a house. She doesn't even want a house. Like, she kind of wants a house, but she doesn't even ask you to buy her house. You want to do it for her, because it would make
I want to. It'll just make me more happy to just have my grandma like bill free, knowing that she took in 4 kids that wasn't hers as an adult. Me being an adult now, I know how hard that is. That's steps on steps on steps. So, you know, for her to sacrifice everything and keep us together and then take care of us, and then we became fine adults like we have, I feel I owe that to her. And then once I get her that, then, you know, like, Mayhem knows this, when we're young and we're in a sport like this and we got a lot of friends and all that, like, we can go anywhere, we can do anything, we can sleep on anybody's couch, I can do that anytime I can do it. But if I take care of her, I'm more happy, I'm free, then I can fight way better. My head is more clear knowing that my grandma's in a comfortable spot and I don't have to worry.
Is it true your grandma's 34 years old? Because
34 years old?
Yeah, that's the word on the street. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. All right, so I'm just saying.
I wish.
Now, how close are you to buying your grandma a house?
Oh, I'm very close. Hopefully after this fight, man, I'm going to try and get that bonus, and it's going to be a done deal for sure. I think I deserve the bonus that last fight too, but I think what is, like you said, sometimes it's too early in the night that Dana White sees the main card and he forgets, like, what's really been done. Like, man, I deserve that bonus for sure last time. Like, who's doing things like that, you know? So it's all good.
If you show out like a motherfucker, I'll give you a Mayhem bonus.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm coming for that show out,
do
Mayhem.
some fucking crazy shit, bro. Like, come on, man. You have this ability to do some damn magic. So, show me some magic. I'll give you the Mayhem magic bonus.
His bonus is going to be Mayhem's girlfriend's car, by the way. And then she's
what car?
Allegedly.
Jeff Bezos' rocket ship? What is that thing?
We're about to do something pretty slick. I have a feeling we're going to do something slick.
All right.
No. Now, Trevin, you also get bang away from girls right now because they're a distraction. There's no way to go.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not a distraction. I learned how to deal with it at this point. Like, I can deal with my girl at this point or whatever, but it's like they require
rubber band around it.
They require a lot of time.
And maybe put some ice on it.
You know what it is? I think what it is, it's like girls cannot understand this lifestyle just off the bat. You know, I think it takes time, and you know, they have to understand that this is a big step, and this is it. This is everything. And if they can't make that adjustment that this is everything until I get to where I want to be, because yes, I'm in the UFC, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So I'm still trying to get to where I want to be in the UFC, established, fat contract, everything going well. So until I get there, I feel they're a little too selfish for some guys to maintain. You know, they have to understand that it's not about them right now. They have to let me have my time. They have to let me have my training. They have to let me do my traveling. And if they're not with that, I'm not with that. I'm not with them, because, you know, this is everything I worked for my whole life. I think when you're in a relationship, it's about making the other person happy. And I know a lot of guys, they always doing things for their girlfriend, taking care of their girlfriend, you know, trying to please their girlfriend. But sometimes I think the girls forget to do that back as a guy to their guys. And when that's not happening, I think, you know, it's time to walk away.
So you're saying you're having relationship troubles, man? I feel you.
No, I'm not. I'm not having relationship trouble. This is old. This is old, man. This is old. I'm not having relationship.
I was fucking with you. This guy can't take a joke. Adam, this guy's an excellent athlete. Some guys are really smart. Some guys are really great athletes. You're a really great athlete.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely.
Dude, this guy can't take a joke. Oh,
I could.
Serious ass.
I'm a joker. I'm skinny, Mayhem. I'm skinny as hell right now, Mayhem. I'm a week out.
You gotta get a studio. You gotta get a studio. It loses something in the screen. I'm on the fucking. Come on. All we need is a camera.
Mayhem, where are you? Right, come on.
When Mayhem's cutting weight for this next fight, I want to see when he's all skinny and
I'm
shit.
cutting weight right now. Why do you think I'm so angry? Why do you think I'm so fucking with you? I'm like so hungry right now.
I feel you, bro. I'm fucking hungry as hell. I'm supposed to fight this weekend, so my weight's fucking on point like a motherfucker.
That makes all right. We've had a breakthrough. We've had a breakthrough. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I got that experience to taper down and hold back, and I decided to relax this morning.
We're both hungry, right?
Hungry as it gets.
Yeah.
Hungry as it gets. And then I got these. And then I got these kids in the house with all these candy and snacks, and it's getting hectic around here. I'm ready I'm actually
in the house.
My brother's here, my cornerman's here, and they got some of their kids here and stuff like that. So they're going to dinners and be doing all that good stuff, and I just be staying home, and they come on with all their snacks.
Eating ice cream.
And I was about to say that. They come on with their birthday cake ice cream, and they're like, Uncle this and Uncle that. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a very painful lifestyle.
Go to the living room.
So when's your next fight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This Saturday now, 31st.
This Saturday, July 31st.
July 31st. That's a week out.
Yes, 1 week out. Trevin, I'm a huge fan. Keep up the great work, man. It's an honor to have you on the podcast. Don't forget about us when you're the champion, okay?
Yes, I will. I'm coming for it.
Yes.
Coming for it, baby.
Looking big. Take care, buddy.
Hey, bro. God bless you. We can't wait to see you, man.
Yes, Mayhem. I'm going to stay tuned on you guys, and we're going to do it right.
Shoot out your Instagrams.
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Trev 5-Star Jones, Instagram, Twitter, Trev 5-Star Jones, also Trevin Jones. You can find me there. Hit your boy up. Facebook, also Trevin Jones. I'm not really on Twitter as much, so just hit the gram. Mayhem, I can't wait to your next fight. I will be tuned in on that. You'll be looking at that performance.
Get out of here, bro. I didn't sign nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Looking at that performance, cutting weight, get in shape, do your thing, and handle it.
Listen, I needed that today. Thank you, bro. I needed that. After that traffic, you know what I mean? Thank you, bro. God bless you.
Thank
you know?
All right, that was Trevin Jones. I like that guy. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah, he's fucking likable motherfucker, man. He didn't get mad when I was fucking with him, really. He just smiled at me all big.
I feel like, Mayhem, I feel like you're like an OG to these guys. You're like,
I know, but like I still, you know what I mean? I come at him sometimes.
I think you forget how much of an impact you had on so many people in the mixed martial.
I don't forget. No, I realize it now, and I'm very blessed by that. Yeah.
Good. Now, are you coming from the gym right now? Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm in the other gym right now, like the backyard gym.
Oh, look at you! You get your 6-pack back. I can see it. Jason, what are you doing?
Go show some techniques. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
All right, so we have live footage of Jason Miller shadow boxing, working out. I guess during the podcast.
Well, you know, I just figure I don't want to.
Dude, you're in way better shape than you were about a year ago. Holy shit! You probably lost about 35 pounds, 40 pounds.
That's because I was in the shape of a gelatinous blob.
All right, so let's talk about some fighting stuff. Let's talk about some fighting stuff. Anderson Silva allegedly is going to fight Logan Paul in a boxing match. They've already done the odds on it, and Logan Paul is the favorite against Anderson Silva. So if this happens, Logan Paul will have fought Floyd Mayweather in boxing, who is arguably amongst the top 5 fighting boxers of all time, and he will have fought Anderson Silva, also
the best boxer
top
of all time.
5 MMA fighter of all time. I mean, I tell kids, you want to be an athlete, start a YouTube channel. This is like crazy. Who wins?
What's YouTube?
Mayhem, who wins this fight? In boxing.
YouTube.
In boxing, who wins?
YouTube.
Right.
YouTube. Right.
Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer of all time.
Can we get an answer from you, Jason?
Wait, what are you asking? Anderson
Who
Silva
wins?
versus
Logan Paul, Anderson Silva.
Logan.
In boxing.
Well, if it ever happened, that'd be hilarious.
It is happening, right?
You're saying?
I'm saying that allegedly it's happening. There's already odds on the fight. and Logan is the favorite. Based on Anderson Silva's performance against Chavez Jr., I would say Anderson Silva wins this fight pretty easily. I mean, and we're also talking about a guy who knocked out Forrest Griffin, knocked out all these people. Yeah, he knocked him out with small gloves in an MMA fight, but still has power. He's not – Logan Paul outweighed Mayweather by 75 pounds or something that night of the fight. So it's – or 50 pounds at least. He's not going to have that kind of weight advantage. I would think. Well,
the argument is that, okay, so is Logan Paul big enough and strong enough to, like, just give Anderson, like, a one who's it, what's it? And because Anderson has taken damage in his career. That's the thing. And then in 8 rounds, can Logan Paul throw a haymaker like he was doing on Floyd, who is smaller and is like a smaller target, harder to hit, more defensively responsible? Arguably, yeah, definitely. But Anderson Silva has a much different style. If he falls back with his head, trailing like he usually does, Logan Paul could exploit that and touch her with the overhand that he does. It's there's a possibility that Anderson could lose this fight. Percentage-wise, nah. But you know what I mean? There's a possibility.
He's also 46 years old, right? The guy's 26.
Exactly.
He's got 20 years on him.
Exactly.
But at the same time, has Anderson ever been knocked out?
He's been stumbled for sure. Like, there's been hints that his chin is like a little, dangerous. Like, it's just, it's normal. It's normal. You take that.
Well, I mean, Weidman knocked him out. Chris Weidman knocked him out.
That's what I'm saying. He's taking damage. So, and it happens in a fighter's career. And if, Paul's trainers can exploit that, there's definite possibility that he could win. Favorite, that's wild. That's Vegas. You know what I mean? Being the favorite, I get it. He's on a hot streak. Then there's something about momentum.
Also, they're saying that Oscar De La Hoya is going to fight Vitor Belfort at the Staples Center.
You said this last week, and I still don't believe it. Hey, I want to get your take on it, really, because you get, what's the new guy's name? Bill
Dawes. Yeah.
Bill, I don't recognize you with your frosted tips.
I wish they were frosted tips. I haven't done anything. But I think I don't feel like Vitor Belfort is really relevant enough in, like, the mainstream.
Fuck off!
Really?
Bro, you made me yell. Sorry, bro. Vitor Belfort is always relevant, bro.
Always.
Vitor's a real OG with the goddamn bad boy Bellatudo shorts.
Don't forget they're not gonna test in this fight. So people are saying that Belfort has like a round to knock him out or two before Oscar's skills become like way more evident, the boxing skills, than Belfort. I mean, if Belfort comes in, the same Vitor Belfort with the 87-1 TRT ratio, the one who was like, so. He may just fucking knock a 50-year-old Oscar De La Hoya out, right? I mean, that's
knock him out of his pants.
But at the same time, if he tries to box him, it's gonna be a long ass night.
Short ass night. It'll be a short ass night if he tries to go, well, here, Marcus of Queensberry. Nah, he's got to fucking give him the business. Like Vitor better come out and fucking put his chin in the air. So the Oscar's little hands can't reach up, right? And then, he should just steamroll him like he did Vanderlei in '98.
Is that the headline fight? That fight's the headline fight?
Steamroller? Yeah. Steamroll him right into the ring card girl's boobs.
By the way, Mayhem, I didn't realize you were on the same fight card as Joe Son, which...
No.
Yeah, you were. I looked it up.
Fucking Joe Son was a weirdo, bro.
So, if you don't know who Joe Son is... Bill Dawes. Joe Son was the guy in Austin Powers that was number 2 that threw his shoe at people, right? Well, he was also I think 0-3 in the UFC, and basically because of him, either I don't know if he got kicked in the balls or punched someone in the balls or hit in the balls, but they made no ball strikes because of him.
Keith Hackney elbowed his balls into oblivion, with his mullet flowing in the wind. It was fantastic. It was like a life-changing moment. to me that I could elbow a man in the balls from the cradle position.
So then they changed the rules. They changed the rules after that. So then the guy goes to jail for murder.
Holy shit.
Not just murder, like worse, bro.
No, actually, he went to jail for like gang rape or raping.
Whoa.
I think he went to jail for rape for life. And then when he was in jail, he murdered his cellmate. So now he's not getting out for a long time.
He's a killer.
But you were on the same card as that guy. You didn't know that?
I think I remember something like that where I fought in like some Huntington Beach underground bullshit. There was like, it was that kind of like, you know, above the law sort of like, you know what I mean? Vibes.
Yeah. So you didn't talk to him at all?
Oh yeah, I met him multiple times. He was just a fucking strange guy who would like give me the Steven Seagal, like bow his head and like, I don't know. He said some strange shit.
I mean, Mayhem Miller
He's trying to get me to remember shit from like 1985 and shit.
Is it Matt? How many people would say they were on the same card as like one of the worst human beings in the world?
I don't know. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, same card as Jeffrey Dahmer. All right. So, by the way, I was talking to Bill. We were talking about before we had a thing. We're talking about bad gigs, right? Bad comedy gigs. We really weren't, but I'm going to bring it up because I want to talk about bad gigs. So, I was thinking, dude, have you ever had an audience member just like yell at you after a show, Bill?
Like attack me, like in a scary way, where they're like, "You motherfucker!"
Or just scream at you, or
not really. But Adam, like when you go in on people, you're so fast. You really like get people right in their taint, man. I've seen it happen, and you do it so quickly. Like you chop people's legs out from underneath them. Like I see people get really pissed at you, and I feel like I'm not quick enough to do that.
Dude, I was telling for Nikki about. I worked on a cruise ship one time, and it was like you had to do 3 different 30-minute dirty shows, 2 different clean shows, and I was like going towards the end, and I think I was like years ago, and some lady walked in, and I said something. She said something to me, and I was like, "Well, you look like the kind of person that could deep throat the Lakers, right?" And she fucking flipped, like she walked out of the place, and then like I'm like with the manager of the place, and I'm like, "Hey, thanks for the gig," and I see her coming over to me and goes, "I was offended by you," and screaming at me. And while she's screaming, I'm like trying to like, Mayhem, what are you doing?
I'm just drawing. Like I'm listening to the story, man. Come on, bro. You just broke the whole story.
Cauliflower.
I'm just seeing cauliflower. Okay, it looks like the worst vagina I've ever. So anyway, here's the deal. The lady's screaming at me like, "You motherfucker!" So then I'm like, so I look at her and I'm like, "Hey, sorry that you got offended." She goes, "I cannot deep throat the Lakers," and I was like. Well, if you have to tell me, I mean, like, if you have to, like.
I tried. I couldn't do it.
Right.
I tried.
That's exactly. Then, like, that was an awful gig. And then I had a gig.
Wait, what was she from Phoenix or something?
No, she was just, like, on the cruise ship with me. She was just
I know, but where was she from? You know, you got to be sensitive. Maybe she was a Clippers fan.
I have no idea where she was. But then I did a kid show on a cruise ship. And some guy walked in late, like a bigger guy with his son. And I'm like, sorry, you're late. Where were you, at the buffet or something? And the guy gets up and charges me. And he's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. You fuck." And this is a kid show. And I'm like, "Sir, calm down. It's a kid show." And he goes, "You're a piece of shit." And like, everyone's shocked. And then I got a bad write-up. The guy said that I got in trouble for that fucking maniac. At a kid's show.
Can't win. You can't win, bro.
You can't. Then I did a show one time in Iowa, right? It was like my first headlining gig, and I was like so much dirtier, and like it's like 15 years ago. And I'm doing a show in Iowa, and some lady's in the front, some girl in the front. She might be 20, 23, 24, and she's making a face at me with her arms crossed and being like "boo" or something. And then behind me there was like a conference center, and there was 2 doors. The doors swung open because of the wind. So I was like, "Miss, close your legs," right? And she fucking, after the show, I'm like, "Hey, to the manager, thanks again for having me. I really enjoy your club. I want to get booked back." She said, "You asshole, fuck you." Like, then after the show, some other girl said she wanted to blow me, so she like gave me a blowjob like in the car.
Whoa.
Like in the parking lot. The show takes a weird turn, but like it was like still light out, and like people in the crowd were like walking past like the fucking car and like peeking
You were
in.
still merch.
Yeah. But then I started then I met a waitress from Iowa that I was like, oh, I liked the next day. And we started like dating, but she thought we were together. But I'm like, you live in Iowa, I live in LA. And there's a whole, anyway. She's like, I thought we were.
Romance!
Yes.
What does your wife think about that story?
This has happened to me, but I've heard stories about like at casino gigs, if guys have shows like fuck you and like let's fight, and then they have to leave the casino and it's like a 10-minute walk to get out of any fucking casino. They're like, is this it? We have to walk up the steps, and that's kind of hilarious.
Oh, I know that walk. I know that walk thoroughly. That walk of sorry about that. I won't come back. I'll see you guys later.
Dude, one of the reasons that I stopped drinking was I did a gig at Fat Cats in Modesto. And I'm on stage. It's like 15 years ago. People kept buying me 151s while I was on stage. I didn't know what they were. Shots. So I'm just taking them like, hey, do something with the crowd. I got on stage. I don't know where I am. I end up in the girls' bathroom, like making out with a bachelorette. And then like the bouncer come and he's like, you got to get out of here. You can't be in here. And he grabs me and I'm like, oh, you want to wrestle? So I over-undered him and just like hip tossed him. And then,
shit.
But then 5 bouncers came and started like choking me. Like, so now I'm like, my legs are in the air. They're literally carrying me out of the club, right? They're all picking me up, and people are like, "That's the comic." This is the encore presentation, right? Oh my god! I had to drive back 6 hours. I couldn't swallow because I don't know, Jason. Have you ever been choked that hard where you can't swallow the next day? Like my whole neck broke out with fucking like rash and acne. It was just, that was pretty much one of the last times I drank. Bill, you used to get drunk pretty bad.
Yeah, I did. That's why I got in jiu-jitsu, because I was getting drunk and I was getting in fights and shit like that. And I was like,
yo, listen here. I got in an accidental jiu-jitsu match with a pretty high-level guy in Colorado drunk once. It was pretty shocking. I was like, what the fuck? Like the guy like trying to shoot a takedown. I sprawled. Like we hit like 8 points of moves. Like he was a well-versed tactician. I'll give him at least a purple belt.
Did you win? Did you get the tap?
No, I mean, I wasn't trying to tap. I was just trying not to get arrested.
Well, Jason, there was a rumor back in the day where like you and your ex-girlfriend in Hawaii, didn't you break into her house and the guy had like decent wrestling? And it was like
Oh, yeah. Nah, it was like fucking locked out of the house. I bust up in there. Somebody tackled me. I was like casually going to the futon. I was like, what the fuck? All right, well, like I guess I'm in a fight right now. Yeah, that was some wild shit, man. Yeah, I guess that's why I quit drinking too.
Wait. First of all, there's I don't know, but that was like 12 years. Wait, so was it your house?
I mean, yeah, it was like one of those parts.
So you and your girlfriend were living together, but you guys were breaking up, basically. And
no, we weren't breaking up. It was like nothing of the sort. Like nobody broke up with nobody. It was the weirdest. It was some weird like little kid shit. You know what I mean?
So random
Hawaii, it happens all the time. In Hawaii, like all the little kids do that. Like it's like an industry.
I was trying to tell somebody that, like when
they have the door guy, they got a lawyer for you. They got like, you know what I mean? They're like, this is our tourist industry.
I was trying to tell someone that, like when BJ Penn got into that fight, I'm like at the strip club and he got dropped and he came back. I'm like, that's how they go out in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's mellow. I think America can learn something from Hawaii, you know?
You think there should be more bar fights?
No, I just think like, okay, look, if like 2 Americans decide to settle some shit, we have guns, right? But no, let's not use them. Let's just settle it with our fists, okay? The loser walks off. Don't fucking call the cops. Don't fucking, get a lawyer involved, just fucking.
How many times have you been sued for fighting?
I don't know, at least one.
What, today?
Yeah. Listen, this weekend, yeah. I don't think anybody should like get the lawyers involved with like a silly thing that, nobody gets hurt really. And nobody, it's like, if we both are gentlemen about it and even gentle ladies, like then you can settle it. Okay, you lost the fight. Go fucking put your mouthpiece in your ear and go home.
By the way, Bill, you ever have an audience member, like a famous celebrity, get mad at you in the crowd?
Oh, God, man. No, but you have a story. Go for it.
Okay, thanks. I did a show in time, and Vivica Fox was in the crowd. And
Oh, boy.
She had just broken up with 50 Cent. But I didn't know this. So I was like, give it up for Mrs. Cent. And she got so fucking pissed. I got like the booker called me up and was like, Vivica does not appreciate you calling her Mrs. Cent. I was like, oh, come on. It's a fucking
Oh, you were that close to Vivica Fox?
Yeah.
That's what you came up with? Oh, my God.
Oh, come on.
What's fucking wrong with you?
You laughed.
You don't like black
at
girls? Oh, my God. That's like the primo black girl, like the official black girl for like, I don't know how many years.
Yes.
She's like the most beautiful, like Nefertiti looking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know how she does it.
What's the best job you ever had, Bill?
The best job I ever had? God damn, these are tough questions you're asking me, man. These are gotcha questions. I don't know, man. I like doing Broadway. I'm old school that way. I like showing up every day, rolling the sleeves up, being on stage.
And what play were you in? Tell us what play were you in, Broadway?
It's a play called Lombardi about the birth of the NFL, basically, and Vince Lombardi and the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, but that's why I don't like TV and film sets. You just sit there all day in a goddamn trailer, looking in the mirror with lights on like an asshole. They're boring as hell. I never have fun on a TV or film set. You know,
Jason, when you were Lucky Patrick and Here Comes the Boom, you're obviously very.
Listen, and they denied my Oscar fucking nomination twice. It's like they didn't even look at the fucking paperwork I sent them. About Lucky Patrick's backstory. How his mom fucking beat him. It was just
Now you were in character on the Ariel Helwani show. Ariel flipped out, started crying, ran after you on the street.
But Ariel cries about everything, man. Oh my God.
But were you in character on set all day?
Yes. Like I totally went method with that shit. I was in character walking up 38th Street. Like I was like
Is that why Kevin James won't talk to you anymore?
Yes, I'm pretty
Wait,
sure.
is that true? Is that true?
Fuck, yeah. What the fuck, man? We were boys too. We were like boys.
Wait, I want to hear this story.
It was a sad ghost.
Story.
It was a sad ghost off the damn the Gmail. I would chat with them. Oh man. Well, sorry, Kevin James. I went a little too crazy on that one. My bad.
Happened? I know the story.
All right. So I'm going to tell the story, and the man's going to interact with the facts.
Yeah, exactly. Because this guy always spins the yarn.
Jason and Kevin James were like good friends. In fact, Jason doesn't remember this, but Kevin James cornered him for the Bisping fight, and Jason actually drove down, and Kevin James had his own personal tour bus that Jason went on to go from LA to Vegas. Mayhem doesn't remember this. I have to tell him that happened.
I remember it. We had tacos.
Right. So Kevin James, obviously being a big MMA fan, cast Jason and Here Comes the Boom as one of the villains, Lucky Patrick, right? He had maybe like 10, 20 lines. Jason made a whole fucking backstory of this where he was the lead of the movie, right? So he went on Ariel Helwani's show in character for 4 hours, spit on the desk, jumped on the desk, scared Ariel. Ariel
didn't even know. Ariel didn't even know.
Ariel kept trying to get him to break character. Not going to fucking happen with this dude, right? Just annoyed the fuck out of him. He ran down the street crying afterwards after. Jason stayed in character down the street. Like, even after the interview was over, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fucking Lucky Patrick. Started drooling everywhere. Like,
is there film of this? I have to see that.
There's definitely footage of like iPhone 2 footage of that. Because I saw this kid. This kid was looking at Lucky Patrick, and Lucky Patrick was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, fucking really gave him the business. You know what I mean? Like, on a crowded New York street, which was like way better. Like,
you were like St. Louis method acting.
So, yeah. So
I know. Because I read about that, right? And then I was like, oh, I'm an actor now. So let me take this shit serious. I think I took it up a little too far, too quick. You know what I mean?
So then he goes and shoots Here Comes the Boom. But he gets in such method that he shoots himself up to steroids. Now he's like 230, fucking roiding out of his fucking mind, fucking every chick in Boston, white, black, Asian. Going to S&M dungeons, just out of his fucking...
No, that was in New York. New York.
By the way, it's not the time of your life, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Boston was some romance.
Out of his mind.
New York was like, I hate myself.
So he's like 235, 245 to get ready for this role, which he has like, I exaggerated, maybe like 4 words in the fucking movie, right?
Like, no, like 3 syllables, I think. You know, I got cut down to like 6 syllables in the director's cut. You know,
So-
Frank is a badass director.
So he drives everybody crazy. Kevin James is so fucking annoyed by him, he becomes a born-again Christian and fucking quits Hollywood.
No,
and
no. Kevin always loved Jesus. I don't know what the fuck. I didn't make him fucking. I didn't shake his faith that bad. But I got my ass whooped in a business fight, and I was like, fucking just bummed out anyway. So the natural progression was actor.
So Kevin moves to Florida, quits Hollywood because he's so fucking annoyed by Mayhem's antics on set. So on set, he's Lucky Patrick the whole time, ordering everyone around in character.
No, not ordering, like cajoling everybody. Like kind of like fucking trying to be slick about it.
Being rude to everybody, just being a fucking, but that's his character. And then
just rude to ugly people. Yeah, rude to that's it.
Then the day before the movie comes out, he goes and tells everyone he's the star of the movie.
Yeah.
They cut a lot of your scenes?
I said I wrote it. I directed it.
Is it like 2 scenes?
So they cut a lot of your part out?
People were mad. People were writing me like death threats. Like, Kevin James made this movie, not you. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't, I thought the Mayhem Monkeys were crazy. Kevin James acts.
And then you told me Kevin James is mad at me. So who's more mad at you? Because Jason, do you mind me telling stories?
Nah, fuck it. Everybody's mad at me, fucking all the time.
Who's more mad at you? So, because then I was like, hey, why don't you call Rampage? He's mad at me, right?
Fuck, I don't know why he's mad at me. I didn't even do anything wrong.
Okay.
Hey, all my black friends are pissed at me right now.
No, Bill, there was
it's just a sign of the time.
So Mayhem calls the cops. He has he has to be in court. He doesn't show up to come to his house.
I never call the cops.
No, so the cops show up at his house. He has to be in court. So now he just leaves at the back. Now there's a SWAT team after him. Helicopters flying. Everyone's looking for Mayhem, right? Where does he go? Rampage's hot tub. So he hides in Rampage's hot tub because he figured they won't find him underneath the water.
They never did.
He got a snorkel and everything. So I can fucking like.
No, bro, I was like a bamboo reed. You know what I mean? Like a ninja.
You're like Rambo. When Rambo did that shit.
Correct.
So Rampage is like, get the fuck out of my house.
No, Rampage didn't even see me that time.
Oh.
I already escaped.
Oh, okay. All right. So
they sent the dog, but all my laundry like smelled up over there, so the dog went over there.
All right. So here's the deal, Mayhem. You got to do. That show, My Name Is Earl, where he has to apologize to everybody for like he has to apologize to everyone for who he wronged. We got to do the show like the Mayhems. Like where
I ain't apologizing to shit.
You apologize.
Apologize enough. I've been apologizing for fucking months, bro.
No, but
I'm over it. I'm done. Fuck that.
No, it'll be funny.
If I owe you money, okay. But you know what I mean?
But I think you should specifically apologize. Hey, listen, I'm sorry for getting a SWAT team and hiding in your hot tub. Like, you don't think that would be entertaining?
That happened so long ago, though. I think he's over it by now. He's on to something else to be pissed off at me about. I might as well apologize for the next thing. Yeah. Because I love you, bro.
I got it. Okay, well, I'm happy. Listen. Now, I heard you punch him in the face in Australia for no reason. And then he was like, what the fuck? And he's like,
bro, this motherfucker punched me in the balls all the time. He punches everybody in the ball. He slaps everybody in the face. And he can't get punched back in the face one time without him crying about it. Like, Jesus Christ. Rampage, if you mad about that, I'm sorry for punching in the face.
All right. Okay.
Fine. Let's squash the beef. Jesus Christ. I miss you, bro. That's just being real with you.
All right. Listen, Jason. So what else is going on? TJ Dillashaw, Corey Sandhagen.
Yo, what's happening with this fight, Adam? Please tell me. Please tell them.
So TJ Dillashaw got suspended for 2 years for taking EPO. Is it EPO or EPO?
EPO.
All right. Do you say it EPO or EPO? So I guess he took it for the Cejudo fight. It was the only time he took it. Cut to 125. He got knocked out in a minute. So obviously he's saying it didn't help him, like you think. This is his first fight back. And he's fighting Corey Sandhagen, who's a fucking monster, who knocked out Frankie Edgar with a flying knee that I've never seen. Like Edgar was like standing, and he hit him with a flying knee and just like laid him out. Should be a really good fight. Really, really good fight. TJ obviously needs to get like his respect back, his trust back. And you know what? He got caught one time. I don't know if he did it before, but allegedly he didn't. I say we give him his respect back. Everyone deserves a second
But
chance.
he's suspended for 2 years and can't fight. I thought he was.
No, he was. No.
He was off for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll be interesting to see how he responds back. You know what he's done, like new, and now this EPO, this thing, fucking yeah, that must have been a failure. Must have put too much blood in his head.
Now you took EPO. You said it was the best thing.
Yeah,
right?
It makes you like swole up, like you turn into like a Stay Puft kind of marshmallow man, like of blood, like you're filled to the brim with blood. Like that's what that drug does to you. Yeah.
So it's good, good for cardio and recovery.
Well, yeah, but MMA is a different kind of cardio. Like you have to do a high intensity like, interval type workouts where you like explosive sometimes, and like but also have that long muscle fiber where you can do grappling for long amounts of times too. To develop your grappling is pretty tough on the body, but it's required to be able to deal with the constant, shifting from ground to the floor and back up again. Even if you're a striker, you have to build this type of cardio where you can use your core to keep yourself balanced upon your legs while this guy is trying to chop them out from under you.
I mean,
I know I went off on a tangent.
But it's crazy. Well, according to John Dodson, actually you were there. Caraway on that season was telling everyone that TJ was using. Did he tell you? Did you hear the rumors?
Yeah, I heard something like that when I was at, and I'm pretty sure somebody said like somebody was getting some supplements. You know what I mean? On one of the teams. So that's the business, and but I did. What am I going to do? Am I fucking call the cops? Hey guys, what's up? It's Mayhem. I don't call the cops.
No, of course. But I mean, would you have? But let's say like I'm coaching somebody who's taking juice. My whole thing is like, hey, you don't need it because you're always going to feel like you're going to depend on it. It's going to fuck up your head more than your body. And come on, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, having a clean body is like under-respected. That's for sure. But like certain substances, they work. They do what they're scientifically made to do. And, we're in this strange era of like, we're about to figure out what athletes can really do, but until we like shift over into that era, we're still going to be,
now guys
looking at your ding dong and fucking, you know what I mean?
Now guys now I know you don't like talking about being locked up, and I will obviously avoid that, but guys that were locked up, how many of them were taking steroids?
Oh, yeah. On the prison yard, yeah, it's plenty. In the jailhouse, motherfuckers eat soy burgers and fucking keep you in a tiny little box. Like, yeah, there's definitely steroids in the prisons. Like, it's a crazy-ass, it's an arms race, literally and figuratively, because the Mexicans train like a motherfucker. Like they train their ass off. The white boys like have program too. The black dudes like fucking, they have their own thing. You know what I mean? Like there's some super regimented one, and then there's a bunch of segmented one gangs. So like it's kind of strange. Like you got to pay attention.
And now they're obviously getting it from the guards.
Fuck off! Their fucking guards don't run this place.
So how they get it? It was just from like mail, or
what do you mean? We don't know nothing about it.
All right, okay, that makes sense.
It's all butthole. Am I right? Am I right about the butthole?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, come on, it's on Broadway.
Of course. Got it. So, other fights that are happening this week before we get to. We're just waiting for Pearl Gonzalez to come on. As well as
no way, we have Pearl Gonzalez on today.
Yeah, you know who that is, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. She's quite a formidable opponent, like for anybody. Like Jesus, is she doing bare knuckles still?
She's doing bare knuckles. She's 1-0 in bare knuckles. She actually did your walkout. Remember I sent you the video?
I wouldn't call that my walkout. That was her walkout. That shit was pretty dope. Like,
I know. I'm not saying you and your friends were twerking, but I'm saying that like it definitely
twerking hadn't even come out yet. My day.
Yeah, it was definitely influenced by having hot female dancers.
She did. Is she gay or is she like?
She's straight.
Yeah,
she's straight.
she's straight. Cool.
She had a crazy life story. She grew up in Chicago. Parents are both drug addicts.
She is a fucking dog, bro.
She used to be in gangs. She used to be in gangs. And straightened her life out doing MMA, and is now doing bare knuckle boxing. She's a crazy story, like and she's fucking hot as shit. I think she may have a boyfriend. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody like she seems like a stable person. Like to be that good at boxing, like to be that good at MMA, like she has some discipline in her life.
Now I don't know how cool I'd be if I had my girl like doing those videos and pictures of her with her ass and this and that. But hey, man, she's bringing home the money.
That's the business, you know what I mean?
Not having sex with anybody, so fuck it, right? So Corey, Darren Elkins is fighting Derrick Maynard. That should be a good fight. Was Elkins on your season too?
Nah, Elkins is like that dude with the fucking buzz cut or what?
He's the guy that has the damage tattoo on his chest.
Yeah.
And he's
a tough fucker. Yeah. That guy, this guy should. He gives those hammers, from every angle. Let's see. I don't know. What's his opponent's name again? I'm sorry.
Derrick Maynard, who's been around for a while, another journeyman kind of guy who's a 26-11, but he's on a little streak. Also a Midwest guy. Should be a good fight. Just two grinders. This is like a Turo Gotti versus Mickey Ward type fight.
You think so? Or somebody gonna fucking do the Dusty Bunny and fucking snatch him?
I mean, it's two guys that have just been around that aren't necessarily the champions, but are always in good fights and are just tough as fuck.
Hungry.
And who have a lot of mileage on them, but it doesn't matter and don't mind getting their face fucking planted in.
Some cowboys. It's a cowboy fight. That's what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then also Randy Costa, Adrian Yanez, another great fight. Ian Heinisch, who we had on the show, he's a guy, Jason, that he was dealing ecstasy back in the day, and he got caught, so he fled to Europe, and then he was homeless in Europe, and then he ended up putting cocaine in balloon up his ass and going to Colombia and back, and then he got thrown into a prison in the Canary Islands where he became the kickboxing champion there, and they were mad that an American was a kickboxing champion, so they threw him to Greece prison. He became a wrestling champion. Then he finally got let go, and he went to Rikers Island. He got arrested at JFK because for all the stuff he did beforehand, and there was a Mexican gang that wanted to kill him, or a Puerto Rican gang, an SOS, which I guess means stab on sight, on him. And then his mom, I guess he knocked out the gang member. His mom put up the house, and now he's in the UFC. He's 14-4, coming off a loss to Kelvin Gastelum, but a good fighter, state champ as well, wrestler. So yeah,
he's a heavy, huh?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's fighting Nasser Doreen Amavavov. I don't know who that guy is, but he sounds like a fucking
like a fucking essential bottom. Fucking can open that motherfucker. I don't know. Whatever. I want to see it. I want to see it. And then how hungry this kid is.
And then Mickey Gall is fighting. Mickey Gall is a guy that they brought him in to fight CM Punk, and he beat CM Punk quickly in like 35 seconds. And then he's since when he's 6-3. He lost to Diego Sanchez. He also lost to Mike Perry, but he's won some big fights too. He's fighting.
So is he on a winning streak or a losing streak right now? Like what's going on with that guy? He had a big blast at the beginning.
Yeah, he needs a win. He's lost to Mike Perry. He beat Salim Touri, lost to Diego, beat George Sullivan, lost to Randy Brown, beat Sage Northcutt. His first two fights were against CM Punk and
now fucking Sage Northcutt has some holes in his game. Like he showed him. Like, you know what I mean? Because Sage is another guy in that same kind of boat where like, whoa, this dude is like amazing. But, good coaches find holes in the game,
Yeah.
And that is really crazy to see the state of martial arts now. When is he fighting what next? What the hell is this guy's name?
Tomorrow. They're all fighting tomorrow. Sage Northcutt, there was a guy. He went to ONE FC and just got murdered.
Oh yeah,
Put in like a coma. I mean,
yeah. People
really?
think you go to Japan, you go to Singapore and fight fucking easy guys. Nope. Like there's some monster. Like there's tough dudes all over the world.
And I guess ONE is now going to Colorado. They're having events in Colorado, so they made it legal now to knee in the head on the ground. You can knee and kick on the ground, and like soccer kick.
It should be. You know, if you get fucked up in that position, you know, I'm for somebody been kicked in the face. You know, it should be that way. The referees should stop those fights immediately, because if you, as a martial artist, fall down on the ground and leave your head open to be kicked once, that the fight should be over. The fight should be over. Like, you fucked up. Like, that's a big mess up. You falling down, putting your head vulnerable. Is it in a cage, though? That's my only concern. Because the whole theory is
good point.
The guy's head could be stuck in the side of the cage. And
When you
stop
kicked,
him to death.
when you
That would
kicked
be
Jacare
horrific.
When you kicked Jacare in the face, did you? That was an accident, though, right? You just kind of had a brain fart.
No, it was on purpose.
But you knew that it was against the rules, right?
No, I kicked him in his fucking face.
It wasn't against the rules back then.
What do you mean? What rules?
Didn't you get disqualified?
Oh, bro, he fucking made it a street fight when he was calling me talking shit. You know, I was pretty pissed off that day. Like, he was like talking shit to me. You know, I'm banging my groupies. I was like, man, fuck this guy. I'm gonna fucking take his head off.
Didn't you get disqualified for that?
No,
What happened?
no contest. You don't disqualify Mayhem.
Oh, I don't know, man. I gotta. It's only so many hours in a day, Jason. You know.
I know, man. 9-11 of them.
So many.
I'm doing that for YouTube, bro.
Now, also on this card, by the way. There's a couple of things that I wanted to say. So the card looks pretty good.
I have a real quick question, Adam. This is unrelated, but how did Sage Northcutt? Why did he leave the UFC? Wasn't he on a winning streak?
No, he kept losing. He got exposed. He's a great at karate, a really good at karate guy. And he did all these flashy things, but people figured out his wrestling was just not up to par with.
Well, I mean, look at Gilbo Wonderboy. You know what I mean? I wasn't here for that week, but Gilbo Wonderboy, that fight, you know, was exposed by the superior grappler. You know?
But he was getting exposed by one of the best grapplers in the world, whereas Sage was exposed by guys that were not like among the best grapplers. He was just
you can't change and adapt and like figure out some new techniques to go with your arsenal as a martial artist. You're gonna fail.
Yeah,
like,
so I think that
maybe where did Sage? He's kept his training camp the same.
No, he went to Team Alpha Male, which was a good place to wrestling.
He got lost in the mix there because he's heavy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's too big for those guys, I think. I mean, they have some big guys there, but maybe he could have. Tonight in bare knuckle boxing, Rachel Ostofitch is fighting Paige Vanzant in bare knuckle boxing.
Oh, that's badass.
It's $5 a month for the app for as many bare knuckle boxing fights as you want. This is the best fucking $5 I've spent. And I can't wait for this fight. I mean, they fought already in MMA and Paige Vanzant won. Both super hot. Speaking of super hot, another girl, Pearl Gonzalez, even sideways is still hot. That's how hot.
Come on, sexualize her yet. Okay.
Yes.
Let's be a lady right now.
She's on the MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Bill Dawes, Mayhem. Pearl coming off a huge bare knuckle boxing win. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you guys for having me. I'm sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. Now, a lot of people go to bare knuckle boxing and have a tough time adapting because they think it's like regular boxing, or they don't know how to kind of hold and clinch, sort of like a hockey fight in some ways. You had none of that. You look like you've been doing it your whole life.
Thank you. You know, when I made the decision to move into boxing, I packed my stuff up. I don't know if I can swear, but I packed my shit up from California is where I was training. I was training at 10th Planet for my jiu-jitsu, actually. But I packed my stuff up in 10 days and moved to Brooklyn, moved my entire life to Brooklyn. And I've been here. I'm training with Amanda Serrano, who is a 10-time world boxing champion in 7 different weight divisions. She is going to go down as one of the greatest female boxers ever. And I came here. I came out a week before I decided to make the move. And I trained with them for a week. And I mean, she beat the shit out of me. Like, I've never been hit as hard as she hits me. Granted, like I've trained with bigger, stronger girls. I've fought bigger, stronger girls. I've just never been punched like that before. And I just really love their focus. They're a very tight-knit family team here. And I asked them, I was like, do you guys mind if I move to Brooklyn? And he was like, they're like, you're crazy, but we would love to have you. And so I packed my shit. I moved here and I live in Brooklyn. All I do is train. I don't have friends here. I don't have family here. I'm 100% committed and focused to my training and my craft right now. And I think that that is why I had such a successful debut.
I mean, it looked like it was a bullying. It was, I mean, the other girl's a good fighter. I'm not putting her down, but it looked like a mismatch.
No, the girl was good, and you fucking blasted her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm just such a fan. I'm gushing right now. Good job.
It was.
Oh, thank you.
It was unbelievable. You look at now tonight. First of all, who do you think is going to win? Paige Vanzant, Rachel Ostofitch, and do you want the winner?
I want any of the three winners tonight. That's what I want. I want any of them in my next fight. I plan on fighting soon. You know, my hands are still healing up. Yes, my face didn't get hit, but wait till I'm going to post a video in a little while on my social media to show you what my hands, I had like tennis balls, swellings on my hands right after that fight. And they were swollen for about a week and a half after. But so they're still kind of healing up. I've got to wear big heavy pads right now to hit the bag and stuff. But I want any of the three girls. You know, I'm in this division. I'm not here to play cute and play around. Like, I'm at the later end of my career. I'm here to make a statement. I want to fight the best. I want to work my way up the ladder. So any of the three girls that win tonight, I would love the opportunity to face them in my next fight. And I hope that's soon. As far as the Rachel Paige fight, you know, you can never judge a book by its cover. And if you look at both girls, social media, whatever, Paige looks great. She looks very fluid right now. You can tell she's training really hard. She moved to an all boxing gym. You can see the difference and the improvement in her game. But Rachel, if I go back to their MMA fight, Rachel was winning in the stand-up. And so I don't know. This is interesting. You know, until Rachel decided to take her down is when she got into some trouble against Paige. So I'm not sure. I'd like to see how this plays out. I just wish both ladies a great, successful fight, and they come out, you know, not too messed up.
Now, your last fight, by the way, my wife usually doesn't. She tolerates MMA. I think it's good. I think if I married someone that like loved MMA as much as I do, it would not work. I think people need their own hobbies and relationships. But that being said, we watch. I go, you got to see this because I knew she would like your walkout. These three guys come out and they start twerking, smoking.
Where did you find those hyenas? What the hell was that?
Where did you find those girls? How did this happen? Tell me everything. I want to know everything.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have my aunt. I'm very fortunate to have my aunt Denise. We call her Entourage because she is literally the fucking entourage. But she has been with me since my very first amateur MMA fight.
By the way, I interrupt you. Her aunt was the girl in the Color Me Bad video. I want to sex you.
Yes! Oh my God.
Oh, that was the most horrible story about that.
All right, go on.
So my aunt is like, she's super hot and she's been a model for 25 years. And like, I'm telling you, she's been with me since my first amateur fight. And she would be like, wear a little makeup when you go weigh in. And I would look at her and be like, I'm not fucking wearing makeup, Thea. This is a fucking fight. I'm a fighter. And she drove me crazy over the years. So now this is 10 years in the making. She's been with me. She's made my fight outfit. She does all my banners, all of my stuff she's done from day one.
Wait, she made that outfit, that gladiator outfit?
She does all of them. She's done every one of them.
The girl in the pink one with the crazy like frills on it. Like, I don't know. That thing was gangster. Like, it was crazy. You look like a gladiatress.
Oh my God. She made my very first pro outfit, which was it was a fucking one piece, way too short. My ass was out. I was so mad, but I mean, this is trial and error for her.
Yes.
She's a fashion icon right now. She's like,
she really is.
So where are you?
She really is. So
go on.
So anyway, you know, she's putting together my bare knuckle. You know, what I do is I send her the colors. Like, here, this is shit she made. I send her the colors I like. Maybe I'll send her an idea, and then she runs with it. So anyway, so she calls me. She's like, you know what? I have this great idea. Because I was like, I want dancers. I want some fire-ass, sexy-ass dancers with big-ass butts to come out. Because I'm not doing shit yet. Because she's like, you got to come out and you got to do this performance. I'm like, I'm not doing shit. I'm coming to fight and that's it. So she's like, so she called me. She's like, look, they're going to do this. They're going to walk out and they're going to do this. And then they're going to do this. And she does this whole,
it was great.
routine.
It was fucking great because it had all these thoughts dancing around. And then you just come out all fucking business.
Now, Pearl, did you ever watch Mayhem? Now, I don't know if you know Mayhem Miller. You're a little young. He was the host of Bully Beatdown. But he also used to come out back in Pride with all these dancers.
Really?
Oh, my God. At one point, he had like 27 Japanese dancers dancing in fucking unison, and he came out. So I thought maybe it was like an homage to him, but no, it was your own thing.
No, I didn't know, but I definitely got to tell my aunt about this.
I told him that. He said, "Oh, dude, she's doing mayhem entrances." I was like, "Nah, I think that was like."
Yeah.
Like,
it was literally me telling my aunt, like, I want some badass bitches to come out because I'm not.
She's great.
Auntie did it all. She did it
her
all.
up with Darren. We're going to write a play. We're going to act it all out. We're going to make outfits, okay? It's going to be dope. You down, Doss?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Pearl? Hey, Adam Hunter, you want to be EP?
I'm in. Dude, this girl, first of all, I've been a fan of yours. I mean, you've had, like, a crazy life. I mean, you grew up, mom and dad did drugs. You were in gangs. I never even heard of fucking a girl in gangs at 12 years old in Chicago.
I've been stabbed. Like, look, you know what I mean? I've been stabbed. Like, yeah.
Oh my,
rough life.
You got a great dad though, and he goes, listen, my kid's out of control. I'm putting her in karate because she's a fucking psychopath. And your dad did a good job there. So good. Hats off to dad. He got sober. He put you in karate. And then you were a golden.
No, MMA. I've been doing MMA, and it was actually, NHB, no holds barred at the time. I wore the Chuck Norris gloves. My first fight was at 11. It was pancration with the gi and the Chuck Norris gloves on. So I've been doing MMA since I was 11 years old.
What are the Chuck Norris gloves? I don't know what that is.
You don't remember those gloves? Those were the MMA gloves.
I'll take this one. The Jeet Kune Do gloves, all right? They were worn by Bruce Lee in the film Game of Death, where he's like, put his homeboy in an arm bar like that, but he has these big, goofy gloves that like puffy. The 70s were a different time for nylon.
Mayhem, I love you, and I think you're amazing on the podcast, but you keep coming in and out of service.
You know what, man? They told me it was going to be 5G, right? I went away for like 4 years, and there's no 5G still, bro. I want a chip in my head. When micro to show up every time I text somebody.
But you're at Camille's house, right? Does she have service in her? In her
I'm gonna go back up to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was great. Wherever you were before. Yeah. You were great before. Wherever you were before, where you were in that like thing. That's where you want.
When you were shadowboxing.
Yeah, no, he was bad at the shadowboxing. It was up. It was upstairs.
Oh, right here where I look like I'm from the hood.
Yeah, there was like there. The hallway was good. I like the hallway. Now, and then Pearl, I gotta say, so you were a Golden Glove champion in Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, so you had boxing. Then I went down the Pearl Gonzalez rabbit hole, the good kind, not the kind that I have to delete from my history. But there was you did a submission grappling event. Bill, you actually commented on her. You know that? You actually commented on her submission on Facebook?
I did?
Yes. It was from like 2 years ago. She goes up against this jiu-jitsu girl who it looked like this girl's I don't know what, fear factor, or maybe she got out of jail early to fight her, or this was part of her community service. I don't know what the fuck this girl was thinking, and I'm sure she's great. She's a blue belt. She's tough. But this Pearl beat the shit out of it, put her in every single submission you could think of in 12 minutes. Like, just kept going. And the girl was tough. She wasn't tapping. I'll give her that. The girl her pain tolerance was fucked. So Pearl then finally puts her in an arm bar and snaps her fucking arm off. And then your stupid comment goes, tap her or nap, which she didn't even fucking nap, by the way, Bill.
I probably said tap or snap.
No, you said tap or nap. Maybe you did that. I'm like, thanks, Bill. You see a lot of empathy for this kid. But holy fuck. Like, I mean, it's not your fault, right, Pearl? Like, is that
No.
You must have felt bad.
I felt horrible, and I was like looking at the ref because he wasn't stopping it even after it snapped, and I'm like, it's broken, it's fucking broken, please stop this, because she was not going out, she was not going to give up, she refused to tap, and hats off to her, like super tough. I felt terrible, and then she had her son there, so like I'm walking off the stage, and I'm like, I always bow and I pay my respects to my opponents, and I'm like, paying my respect, and he's kicking the chair. He's so mad. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel horrible. But, what do you do in that situation?
16 million views this thing got.
I know. You can't feel bad about that, Pearl. I mean, come on.
I mean, first of all, that shouldn't even have been, no offense. Like, I felt bad for her, but, like, there needs to be some kind of a rule in jiu-jitsu, like in wrestling. Wrestling, if you're up 15-0, they stop the match. Like, they need to have, like, something in jiu-jitsu because – it was just like inevitable. Like this was a fucking beatdown, and it wasn't. Look, they're the same belt, and somebody set it up. Obviously, on like paper, it seemed like it was going to be even, but fuck, wow, that was crazy. Am I right?
It was a great experience. That was my very first debut in combat jiu-jitsu. And honestly, I kind of think of that. I was like, that was kind of an introduction into bare knuckle because it was open hand. Granted, it wasn't knuckles. It was still open hand, no gloves. So it was a really cool experience. I feel bad, but I'm being
smacking her face. Like I'm like yeah, it was right. And I'm looking like this can't be fun. Like there's no way this person's enjoying this. Like she's just getting smacked in her face for 10 fucking minutes while getting her limbs tore up. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to sign up for this? Like that looked like I would just, oh my God. Like that's my biggest fucking nightmare.
Like combat jiu-jitsu is kind of having a little bit of resurgence. Would you do that again? Is that something you'd be interested in?
100%.
Put money into it, yeah.
Oh well,
100%. It was so much fun. It's very similar to MMA, absolutely. But right now, while I'm doing bare knuckle, I'm not training any grappling at all right now. So I'll need some time to catch up in my grappling when the time comes for that. Right now, I'm 100% focused on boxing. Every day I train boxing, and that's it.
Now, Pearl. Also, we got to talk about the OnlyFans because people, it's some of the hottest. People send me the pictures. I tell them not to. Because I don't want my wife. But then, like, here's what happens. Someone send me a picture of her.
You say not to, then you have a winky face after you say not to.
I say not to because my wife. What are you looking at? And then I go. Some fucking asshole send me this, so I have to immediately delete it. But I also want to show like a friend, like, dude, look how fucking. But I'm like torn. So then I can't save it on my phone. It's bad. It's all bad. But I gotta say, you do have very attractive pictures on there. Are you making a fortune on this? Is it as good as everyone says it is? Are you going to retire? Talk to me.
I'm not retiring. Let's put it this way. I'm in the best place I've ever been in my life financially. And there's no way that I'm not training or I'm not fighting. Right now, this is my passion. This is my art. And who knows how long I will have this opportunity to compete. But I'm having a blast. Like the last time I think I was on your show, my ex-husband was in Japan. And, he came back, he cheated, he did a bunch of fucking shit. No one knows. This is, now I'm telling you, it's obviously out. But, I've been going through a divorce and I was married for 10 years. I've been in a relationship for 10 years. He's military. He's been gone for half of that time. And so, this is like my crazy 20s now. And I'm not ready to date anybody yet. I'm not ready to do that. So I'm having a fucking blast on my fan time and just being who I want to be. I dress up like yesterday. You should have seen I had on these gloves, these fucking glasses, and I just had a great fucking time. Put on some sexy stripper music, and like I can enjoy and be me, be sexy, be a woman, be whatever the fuck I want to be on my page without anything. So I get a lot of ridicule for it or whatever, but like, hey, there's half these bitches out there are fucking for free. I'm not having sex and I'm getting paid, so I'm having a blast.
Okay, now he cheated on you. How does that happen? Like, what? I mean, and how did you find out? And did you beat him up? Like, what? I mean,
no. First off, he divorced me over text message. So he said he wanted to divorce through text. He wouldn't even face me and come to me. Which, even though yes, I'm a fighter, I'm actually a pretty mature person. You can talk to me and we can have this conversation. And he just, was unwilling to work on the marriage. He had just come back from overseas for 3 years and was like, I don't want to be married anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, let's try to fix this shit. And he was just like, I'm done. I don't like you being a fighter. I'm over the fight life. Because one thing that I was unwilling to do was to give up my career at all, or to even just compromise with my career. I was 100% focused. This is my time. This is where I'm at. We'll circle back around in a couple years when I'm done. Like we wanted kids and stuff. And so I wasn't ready for any of that. And so, he just kept telling me he wanted a divorce. And I was like, all right, I got through text message. And so I left it alone. And then a couple weeks later, I just did my research and I figured it out. He was dating a girl from his old ship or whatever. She was a sailor at one point. So who knows how long they were dating, how long they were together. I hope he's happy because I am the happiest ever. I'm fucking making a ton of money. I live in New York. I'm just doing me now. And, I'm actually very grateful that he did that. So,
you know what? Good for you. Good for you. Because you deserve everything good that happens. You don't need that kind of toxic bullshit. And, I think it showed in your last fight too. That was, it showed you didn't have any distractions. You didn't, because that could also, that's the biggest, I think one of the biggest things that deterrents for fighters is being in a toxic relationship. You see it all the time. But you must have guys all the time trying to win you over, throwing themselves at you, probably sending dick pics was probably not the thing to do. Is that what's going on?
I mean, I've got a ton of fan time boyfriends, that I hang out with on my fan time. But other than that, I told you I haven't dated. I haven't dated in over, this has been going on for about a year and a few months now. So over a year, maybe like 16 months, 15 months, and just doing me. I'm just focused on my career. I hang out on my fan time when I'm not. I'm really grinding. I'm doing photo shoots. I'm traveling all over the world for my podcast on Fight Pass. I'm just doing everything right now that I need to do to set myself up, prepare myself for my next career when I'm done fighting, stack my chips, make my money, but also have a little fun in between without pulling away from my focus, which is a fighter, is being a fighter.
Pearl, have you met anyone from your OnlyFans in person? Have you had any interactions with these people? You just try to you go out with the cap down glasses. You don't let anyone find you.
I if I have met them, they haven't told me, and I appreciate that because I like to keep it that way. But no, I haven't. I will say this: when I'm out riding my bike here in Brooklyn, I was riding my bike, and then the police officer was on his siren, I'm a big fan of Pearl Gonzalez, and I was like, what the fuck? What'd I do? I thought I did something wrong, and then I realized what he said, and then the FedEx driver one time, every time I go out, someone's seeing me, so I'm like, oh
That's
shit.
Cool.
But it is cool. They respect me.
I can't believe there's a name for it. Fan time boyfriends. That's an actual fucking name. That's an actual real thing. Do you have a girlfriend? I have a fan time girlfriend. That's do you cheat on your fan time boyfriend? There's other fans. How many fan time boyfriends are you allowed to have? This cannot be a thing. This is a real thing.
It is. Yeah, and I mean, listen, if you're on my fan time, you get to chat with me personally. You get pictures that there's nowhere fucking else unless they're leaked. You get videos that are, again, nowhere else. They're very private. They're another side of me that is not showcased on my social media. You get to hang out with me. And I can have as many fan time boyfriends as I want. You can have as many girlfriends and chicks as you want. It's none of my goddamn business. So, it's just nice and fun.
Are you going to have a fan time husband? Can someone?
No.
Oh, okay. Could someone marry you?
No way.
Fan time divorce. You don't want a fan time divorce. That's terrible.
This is insane. We're honestly, the world's going to end. We have fan time boyfriend. You have a girlfriend? I have a fan time girlfriend. I pay her $97 a week. I get to talk to her as long as my credit card goes through. I mean, what the fuck is going on? This is it. Bill, I mean, I'm calling bullshit.
I'm all for it, Adam.
You're for this?
Yeah.
For it. Not for me personally, but I think less human interaction is better.
If I ever have a fan time girlfriend, please have an intervention for me, and somebody just somebody do what she did to me to that other person, like fucking break my arm and slap me in the face for 12 minutes. If I ever have a fan time, you have permission. Anyone listening to this, please,
You better be careful because they're obsessive. Let me tell you.
I'm not going to judge.
All these viruses going around, Adam. Eventually, we're only going to be fan time boyfriend girlfriends. You know what I mean? That's all we're going to.
I mean, by the way, Jason Miller just is coming back on. I don't know hey, what's up, Jason?
Oh, you decided to go with the hat now.
Jason, how are you? Mayhem. Mayhem has a lot of fan time girlfriends. Mayhem, how are you? Hello? Great. I feel like this is like, hello, Jason. Sorry, Pearl.
Yeah, I'm glad Pearl Gonzalez left.
No,
Man, she was heating up the fucking.
No, she's right here. Pearl's right here.
Oh,
no. Listen. All right. So in case you missed it, Pearl lives in Brooklyn. She's training full time. She's kicking ass. She had a jiu-jitsu tournament back in the day where she snapped some girl's arm that went viral. The girl would not tap. It was slap boxing jiu-jitsu or something, combat jiu-jitsu. And she got divorced. Her ex-husband was cheating on her. He was in the military. He was banging some girl on like the ship. She caught him. She found out. And now she's killing it on OnlyFans and has a bunch of fan time boyfriends, which pay her to be her. But they get exclusive content.
So another fan time boyfriend.
And they'll talk to her. She'll talk to them as long as their credit card goes through. But right now,
EBT.
Right now, she's focusing on her. She's focusing on her right now, and she's gonna go back into jiu-jitsu, back in Invicta, right? Because you were 4-2 in Invicta. And by the way, if you don't know Pearl, she rose to fame because she was gonna fight in New York City. Her first UFC fight, they found out she had implants, and they wouldn't let her fight because the commission thought her tits were going to explode.
Deadly weapons.
Her tits were going to explode. So then all of a sudden, everyone is now looking at her tits, and it's like she's the biggest.
I heard Nick Diaz is going to get an implant in his forehead.
She's the biggest star. Now, it went from a fight that people were like, huh? To like everyone's now looking at her tits and seeing if her tits are going to pop. I mean, that must have been crazy for you, right?
It was a wild experience. It was like, holy fuck, this is insane. You know, and I didn't know I was fighting up until the official weigh-in when we go and face off in front of each other. So I was unsure. We were unsure if we were fighting up until that moment. So it took them a lot of time to get that fight back on. But yeah, no, they canceled that fight. They said I wasn't going to fight. And what they were going off was boxing rules, the professional boxing rules, not MMA rules. So it was a shit show for sure. And you know, it was my first fight.
How did they know you had implants? Did they feel them? Like, oh, these aren't real. How do they even know?
I told them, and I put it in my paperwork weeks before. So I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, I just cut all this weight. I was like half alive and half dead from the weight cut, and I like had no clue what was going on. But they were like, you're not fighting. So I was like, oh my God, crying my eyes out.
My wiener, too. They were like, is that thing fake?
Now, was that embarrassing, though, that everyone's talking about your tits? Because, that has to have been kind of embarrassing, right?
It was so embarrassing, but you know what? You know, today I look at it, it's like, fuck it. You know, like I knew that I would make headlines somehow, some way. It had to be on my fucking tits. Like, okay, you know. But of course,
I asked her opponent. I asked Cynthia if she felt them. She said that she felt them. They actually felt good, like they would like during the fight. Because I was like,
oh my God,
it had to be like in her mind. She said she could class them. But yeah. So, but you've come a long way since then. I mean, you're working for the UFC. You have a podcast in the UFC. You're killing it. People look up to you. Even during your walkout, Paige and Rachel looked at your thing, and there's a video of them going, "We got to step our game up." Like, holy shit. Bare knuckle boxing, I hear, is paying like an insane amount of money. Can you confirm?
Wait, are you the champ right now, Pearl?
Not yet.
She had one fight.
And by the way, tonight,
who's the champ? It's uncrowned right now. That's what I'm hearing? Nobody's the champ yet?
No, there was a champ. Beck Rawling was the champ, but she hasn't fought in 2 years. So I'm not sure where they're at with that. If she's still the champion, I'm unsure. I just she hasn't fought in a couple years.
And by the way, tonight the rapper Blueface is fighting in bare knuckle boxing. There's a rapper named Blueface.
I saw him in Vegas with his brothers.
No, that's not Blueface. That's Blue Man Group. Blueface has a song called Tatiana.
I'm pretty sure
Tatiana.
It's the Blueface crew.
No, that's Blue Man Group, a different Blueface. That's like
it's Blueface crew. They play the drums. They went there on ecstasy with two girls.
No.
It was. I remember it.
No, listen, Mayhem. This is like when you thought you were fighting Josh Barnett, but you were fighting Luke Barnett, but you kept making promos about Josh Barnett. I
fought Josh Barnett, didn't I? And fucking you tried to confirm me.
No, what happened was you missed weight by 27 pounds.
My God.
He said, this is what he does, Pearl. He goes
He
to Italy.
didn't bring Josh Barnett like they said they were going to. I had to fight some Italian guy. Fucking whoop my ass.
So he goes to
I was like, man, Barnett, I would have
Italy,
got
right?
Barnett.
He goes to Italy, flies to Italy with his cornerman, and what's his name? Fucking Matt Horwitz.
They pulled a switcheroo on me. They said I was going to fight this skinny Englishman, and then suddenly I'm fighting a goddamn monstrous Italian. He made Visori look like a fucking Montessori.
He steps on the scale. He's 27 pounds over. He gets off.
Oh my God.
Gets off his shorts and goes back on. Then they got fucking pissed. Like, get out of here. They fucking threw him out of the room, right?
Nah, I got heavy balls.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. This is awesome.
Then his cornerman, right?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Throw me out? Hey,
who
I signed
I
the contract. 15% of my purse. That's all they were supposed to take. I think they got me for like more than that.
Then
But, and then the commission takes their cut. Go fuck yourself. That guy was like 260.
Dude, his cornerman, right, Matt Horwitz, brings a Bible. So the whole fight, he's reading the Bible in the corner, right? So
I appreciate that, Horwitz. I don't need to hear what Ephesians says right now. I need to know how much time is left in the round so I can go for a submission. Why are you asking me what? Fucking cornerman.
Jason trains 2 days for the fight, right? So he's fucking gassed. He's gassed out 45 seconds in, and then he goes, he's reading the Bible. He goes, how much time do I have left? The guy goes, what?
No, that was Wingo. He goes, what? I'm like, what else question would I be asking, Wingo?
Jason actually, his first UFC fight against GSP, right? His corner goes, Jason, use your retard strength, right? And then Joe Rogan says, his corner said he has retard strength. And then there's this fucking awkward silence. So then you're not allowed to say you have retard strength on a UFC fucking fights anymore.
I mean, it's a positive, right? Like, you seen that kid who ran the damn marathon? This kid has retard strength. He just keeps going. 1%, 1% every day. This guy's an inspiration.
Yeah, you got to write a book, Jason. You got to write a book.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was actually.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, dude. For his CB Dalloway fight, I call him up in New York. I'm like, Jason, how's your training going? He's like, great. He goes, I looked up on the internet bondage, right? And then I walk into an apartment. This woman like fucking ties me up and starts whipping me.
Listen here, wait, slow down. It was not an apartment. This is a very established establishment. This place is like redecored to the nines. They had it was a very set, if I was a real estate agent, I would have definitely upsold, on the tile. It was like super sexy kind of place.
Then she fell in love with him.
That's fire.
Yeah, but then his whatever dominatrix fell in love with him. I wanted to date him afterwards.
Yeah. She because I let her beat my fucking ass, and I thought it was pretty funny. And she kept hitting me.
You liked it.
Like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, right. I was like, what are you doing? Like,
I was hoping they would have one of those countdown specials where CB's like running up and down thing and he's getting whipped.
Totally. I took CB lightly. CB learned how to jab. That was the big thing. CB had learned how to jab in the meet, in between fights. And one, he fucking stuck me good, kept me at bay. I was like, shit.
Then during the fight, Jason puts him give him a fucking noogie. Puts him in a headlock, starts giving him a noogie. And then Rogan's
my God.
Rogan's like, he's got him in a noogie.
Yeah. It's because he was being ridiculous. Because I was like, come on, let's fight. You know what I mean? And he knew what he was doing. He won the fight, fair and square.
They didn't want to kill him because the guy looks like he has he's always felt like a fart. He has that look that so he shows up, Jason goes away and wearing a fucking gas mask, right? Like a full-on fucking
no one gets the joke. I know. Yeah.
No,
you're
Dana
the only one
like,
who got it.
The fuck is this guy wearing?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh, dude,
it's funnier that she's saying hilarious instead of laughing, the way Adam tells stories.
Well, listen.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Pearl, so where can people find your OnlyFans? Where can people follow your next fight? What are you doing, Jason? Why? Great. You don't have to. Okay, that's amazing. All right, so Pearl, Pearl, where can people find you?
So on my social media is Pearl Gonzalez at Pearl Gonzalez, and it's not OnlyFans. Okay, let's get this shit straight. Anybody can join OnlyFans.
Why didn't you stop him a long time ago?
What is it?
Well, it's fan time.
Let
It's fan
Adam
time.
make up his silly shit. I know.
Oh, fan time.
It's a very different platform. No, but not just anyone can sign up here. You have to be invited to sign up on the site.
Hey,
and
man,
it's
I'm
called
not
fan
doing
time.
no more cameos.
right,
Jesus
go on.
Christ.
You let
I
her,
did like 6 of them. It's fucking
will you please
exhausting.
let her finish, Jason? Let her finish.
I'm sorry. I'm just running on at the mouth. I'm tired. I just got done training.
Pearl,
I
go
told
on.
you that girl punched me in the jaw.
Go on, Pearl. Go on. Fan time.
My fan time is Pearl's Paradise with a Z. PearlsParadise.com, but you can find all of that on my social media at Pearl Gonzalez. And then I got an actual fight podcast called Extra Rounds on UFC Fight Pass.
And who's that with?
With TJ DeSantis.
I love that guy. He's a good guy.
God damn it. Another job that could have went to Adam or me, sold to TJ DeSantis. The same thing happened in Mexico.
Which one? Which job in Mexico?
I can't hear a word nobody's saying.
Leg break.
Airplane.
All right. So, Bill, what do you got coming up?
Oh shit! What I got coming up? When's this come out? Today?
Yeah, tonight.
Isn't it live? I wish we could do it live.
Well, yeah, great.
I wish we could do it not on Zoom. I mean, we could still have it
what do you
on
got
Zoom,
coming up, Bill?
Zoom as a new channel.
I got a bunch of shows next week at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, Long Beach, and that's it. How about you, Adam? What do you got?
I am going to be in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado, at Laugh Lines Comedy Club next Friday and Saturday. Should be great. A lot of fighters coming. Tisha Torres and a lot of Raquel. They're all coming. And then I got a bunch of I'm in Naples, Florida at Captain Brian's at Off the Hook Comedy Club in mid-August. If you go to adamhuntercomedy.com, you can see all of it. You can catch my comedy special right now called Throwing Punches on UFC Fight Pass. And we're filming another one coming up soon. Jason, first of all, Jason, if I want to train with you, where can I go?
Give me $100 first.
All right, besides that.
Just to start out with, right?
All
That's
right.
the retainer for the next 15 minutes. All right? Secondly, I'm at Fight Science, but listen, if you're in that pro, don't even call me or DM me, at this stage. Actually, all right, fuck it. If you're a tough guy or girl and, you're under 150 pounds, you fight at 150, come to Fight Science or DM me, and, let's have some fun. Fuck it. All weights welcome. See, I totally changed my mind again. All right?
Yeah, very normal. Also, next week.
Just call first. Call first.
Next week, the Fuck Jake Paul token is coming out. Fuck Jake Paul.
Wow.
That thing is really happening. That's a real thing, the Fuck Jake Paul token. That's what we're going to do.
Wait, don't you have
I love you, bro.
Wait,
I don't know how you did it.
Yes, the Fuck
So
Jake
I actually got to add to that. So I don't know what the Fuck Jake Paul thing is, but my teammate Amanda, my sister, is fighting. She's the co-main event on the Jake Paul card. So
nice.
It's pretty cool. We've got some.
Who's going to win, Tyron Woodley or Jake Paul?
I'm not going to give my opinion because I don't think anybody's going to like it.
Jake Paul?
Ooh,
I love T. I love T. T is my homie. He is my friend. He's been my longtime friend, and I respect him. And he does. He has knockout power. He has knockout ability, and he can come in there and he can knock Jake Paul out. I don't know if Jake Paul's been hit as hard as T can hit in a fight. Okay. But Jake has been fighting for the last, year or two, just boxing. And it's a very different game. So we'll see. I think that volume-wise, I think Jake is going to be able to put a lot of volume. I think strength-wise and power-wise, I think that T has the upper hand in that. So I just want to see a good fight.
Damn it, girl. I like you so much. And he said all that. You know what? And fuck. He kind of swayed me over. I don't know. I think she might be right, but I'm wavering. I'm wavering.
Man, I am going to be so.
Who do you think's going to win, Adam?
I can't. I love Tyron Woodley, and I can't allow myself to think that Jake Paul is going to beat him. If Jake Paul wins, I will be so I will be so depressed.
What love?
I will be so depressed. You have no idea how upset I will. Like when Ben Askren got knocked out by Masvidal that time, I couldn't sleep. When Mayhem lost to Bisping,
Listen here, when Conor McGregor snapped his fucking femur, I broke up with my girlfriend, fucking threw my damn wallet in the trash. I goddamn.
But you.
Adam.
Yeah, it made me kind of sad. It was anticlimactic, you know? I broke me fucking femur and I don't even care. I'm talking shit to you anyway. I'm sitting here.
All right, Bill, what was that?
But if you have all those coins, those F. Jake Paul coins, don't you want him to win?
I can't root for him. I can't root for him. I'm gonna unmute you, Jason. All right, hold on. I'm trying to unmute him. Dude, he's so loud. The fucking Zoom itself is muting him. So hold on. All right, I'm unmuting. All right, Jason. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, Jake Paul. So hot right now.
He really is, though. I mean, he's bringing some excitement back to
He's
sport.
got something about him.
Not that kind of hot.
Oh, Bill, what kind of guys do you like? What's a guy for you? Like, what kind of guy you like?
Okay, wait. Jake Paul, I didn't mean hot in that way. What kind of guy do I like? I don't know. I like muscular guys. I like guys with maybe like millionaires or like billionaires or, successful guys. I don't know right now. I haven't been on the dating scene in over 10 years, so we'll see. I tell you what, I've never dated a fighter and never will.
Oh, wow. Usually most fighters like Jake.
All right.
That's funny. I'm a comedian.
All right. Well, listen. Pearl, I'm gonna thank you so much for taking the time to be on a podcast. You have no idea. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I will always be in your corner and rooting for you.
Thank you.
It's the truth. Jason, thanks again, man. It's great seeing you, brother. It's fucking great seeing you, man.
Paige Vanzant's going to beat up that girl. So you better be ready for Paige Vanzant.
Didn't you fight her dad?
I've been ready.
Did you fight Bob Ostofitch? Did you ever fight him, Jason?
In a street fight, yeah.
Really?
You did?
Yeah, outside a bar, I think. Yeah. He was wearing a karate gi, though. It's fucking weird. I was like, why are you wearing – all right, whatever.
Wait, is this a true story? All right. Dude, that guy his name is Mayhem. I mean, it's like that's actually the – listen, Pearl, you're the best. Bill, you're the best. Have a great weekend. Love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.